Today, we're looking at the top marketing trends in 2021 and 2022. And we're looking at how you can use those in your small businesses, which ones you need to use, what to ignore. Plus, if you stay to the end, I will be sharing an awesome guide that you can use on how to implement these in your business. So let's get going. If you're new here, I'm Jenn, and I help small businesses generate leads and traffic online utilizing the content that you have already created. If any of that sounds interesting to you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and check out other videos on my channel. All right, we're talking about marketing trends. So I researched a whole bunch of trends online to see what other people were talking about in terms of marketing trends. And guess what? A lot of them were really techy and cost a ton to implement.
I can't afford this.
So we're going to talk today about how you can use those same trends in your business without going broke. The first big trend, this is going to come as not a shocker to anybody, standing out online. The pandemic has forced all of us businesses to go online, including many who weren't there before. So the good news is that a lot of businesses are going online and a lot of businesses are using content repurposing to create that omnipresence kind of feel. The bad news is a lot of businesses are going online and a lot of businesses are using content repurposing. So how are you still going to stand out amidst all this new noise? So I think that you'd agree with me that consumers are getting really numb to digital ads, and consumers are really getting numb to just being hardcore sold right out the gate. They are also getting really smart.
Skip ad.
So the amazing, awesome thing is that what has held true in terms of marketing for years and years and years still matters today. Even though we're talking about all the new tips and tricks and trends and all of those amazing things, what really matters is the content that you're actually putting out. So if you focus on telling really good stories, creating really good information, you're just going to share that information in a meaningful way using tech that's going to help support how you're getting it out there. So one of those ways is in doing small videos. Short videos are amazing. And I keep getting asked all the time, what do you mean by short videos? Well, I'm gonna give you it kind of depends. It depends on the kind of media that you're going to. If you are talking about social short story format, things like Instagram stories, Facebook stories, TikToks, YouTube shorts, wherever matters for you and your customers, those really short stories where you can get a great amount of information out in a short format is awesome. Now, if you're talking about a live, short could mean 5 to 8 minutes. If you're talking about a podcast episode, it could mean like 15, 20 minutes. But the days of the 90-minute webinar, for most of us and most of our customers, that is getting really difficult for people to stand.
That's way too long.
So we're breaking things down into smaller bite-sized pieces, and it's always going to be good, original content that's leading to more original content that people can only get from you. That's what we're after. You're going to use that to start to create that omnipresence market where people are seeing you in all of the platforms that they engage on. That's ultimately where we're trying to go. You are going to get there in your own little baby bite-sized steps. So now we know that starting from video is a fantastic place to start and that you're going to try to create short videos. So how are those still going to stand out in this market? So let's talk about branding and alignment. So the good news is that people are still human and they want to feel like if they're going to do business with somebody, it's somebody they know, like, and trust. Somebody that they feel aligns with their values.
Why should I trust you?
So how do we do that? Do you know your why? Have you done I think it's Simon Sinek's Find Your Why? I love that. It's a fantastic activity. I even did that with my entire team. We all discovered our whys. It's amazing the things that you can discover. But find out, like really dig deep and share your core values as a company. Share why you're in business. Share the story behind the product or the program and the service. And you can use my bridge story technique, which I've done in another episode, to tell those personal stories and bridge people across into what that point means for you as a business. What that means is I'm going to tell a personal story and then I'm going to say, you know what, that's also how I felt about this. And so it brings people right along because they're already in alignment and connection with you. So do these things, tell your stories, and then share your expertise. You're going to create engaging videos where you're going to be sharing results, how you got there, your journey. You're going to talk about all of those things and really become a topical authority. That is, think about what you talk about and what you do, where your expertise is right here. Now think about all the other things that sort of align all the way around that in varying different degrees. How many different ways can you approach your topic? That's the content that you're going to create because you are going to become a topical authority. And because all of those videos are going to be sharing your core values and what you stand for, your ideal audience is still going to be aligned and follow you along. They're going to see you as a consistently branded, delivering this topical information. You will be the go-to authority that they're following because they know that they are doing business with somebody that they feel in alignment with. I'm curious, how many of you have actually done your company why and shared that in any kind of format? If you have, drop a note in the comments below, or let me know how you're going to do it. So one of my favorite people to follow online and one that I go to all the time for information is Neil Patel. And Neil did a video on content repurposing trends that are going to be happening in 2021. And he talked about a few other ideas as well that are included here. So in addition to my other research. So let's dive into a few more top trends and how you can use those in your business. All right, personalization. So I mentioned that consumers are getting smart. They really are. And they also know that there's all this technology out there that can be used to help create a more custom experience for them, that personalization. So a lot of the big businesses are building out these gigantic AI-driven messenger bots and stuff like that. And I know a lot of small businesses that are like, oh my gosh, I need this. But here's the thing. Really what we're talking about is people just want to be treated like a human and not like a number. And so what we can do is, this is what I teach in my program. We can talk about when we're repurposing our content, where are they at in the customer journey and what is it that they need to hear or they want to hear along the way in that customer journey. And so you can actually identify and give them the information that they need wherever they're at. Then to take it a step further, instead of developing an entire messenger bot, simply add a chat widget or some kind of messenger widget right into your sales pages on your website. Engage in conversational marketing. It can easily be just as much as reply back to this email with your question and I will, start an email chain. What we're talking about here is actually treating people like you care and engaging with them like a person and not a number. I know that that's something that we can all do, even if it means, God forbid, that we're just going to pick up the phone and talk to somebody, right? But really, we want to create that personal connection. And a lot of that comes down to being truly authentic and sharing those stories and then engaging with people in a way that is the media that they choose to engage. So there's a way that you can take awesome trends that are happening from large, big companies and use the exact same idea in your business without having to invest thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Which leads me to my last point. Now, you've probably all heard terms like SEO and content marketing and things, and that can sound a little bit overwhelming. But what really it all boils down to is organic matters. Organic traffic is a thing. And when we go back to smart consumers are out there. They are searching. They are looking for answers to their problems. And if you don't come up in the Google as one of the topical authorities, then you're missing the boat. So how do we capture that organic traffic? We're going to squeeze that Google juice, right? Because you're already creating original, engaging content. Another way to repurpose it is simply to repurpose into a blog along with the proper keyword research and the proper formatting so that you know your blog is actually getting seen by Google and is starting to attract people. As you're creating all of that different topical information and becoming that topical authority, you're publishing all of that out there. So Google sees that you have tons and tons of content all around the same topic. So you are the topical authority that gets served up when your customers and prospects are looking for you. How high you rank in Google right now will really, really start to matter. I mean, it always has. And that's awesome about it being a trend and about it coming back is that like it's always been there. And starting now will still get you a jump on the thousands and thousands of marketers out there that are not taking advantage of grabbing that Google juice. And if that doesn't get you, here's an awesome stat for you. Small businesses with blogs attract 126% more qualified traffic just from having a blog than those that don't. So if you're going to repurpose and you're going to go for that omni-channel presence, one of those repurposings needs to be a blog that is keyword optimized. It totally matters. Organic traffic matters. And if you don't jump on that boat now, you are going to be sorry that you did not in the next couple of years. All right. Whew, that was a lot of information and a lot of it kind of techie, but hopefully you can see how you can take these big trends and start to use them in your business in ways that's going to save money and not require all this time and development. I know that it is super techie and probably something that you'll want to go back and rewatch here, but I did create a guide that has all of these stats and information in it. You can grab a copy and use it as kind of a walk along guide on how to utilize these trends in your business. So if you go to contentactivation.tools, you can grab a copy of that guide there and share it with your team. If you liked this video, make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification so you get notified when we release other new videos. And make sure you go to contentactivation.tools to grab that PDF guide.